Good morning. I'm Megan Gallagher, President of the Board of Trustees, and we welcome you to our congregation this morning for In-Gathering Sunday, a time for our community to gather and renew as we move into our year. So I was visiting with a friend who has cancer, and she pulled out her temporary tattoos. She wanted us to get temporary tattoos. So she said looking at images and words provides her with her ongoing resolve. And thinking of Monte Vista, I chose strength and resilience for mine. So I have little temporary tattoos. I told Bob it was real, and he said, huh. So I choose for us to be strong and resilient this year. The Board of Trustees will be working with the Spiritual Life team as we plan to say farewell to Reverend Maggie when she retires in December, and we move to being a lay-led congregation. Our UUA contact, Reverend Summer Albayati, did I say that correctly? Albayati, is actively working with us and will be in the pulpit with Reverend Maggie on November 9th, so be here. Navigating our financial stability is a never-ending song. And next Sunday, September 7th, we invite you to attend a congregational meeting to vote on a proposal to seek a loan to bridge the gap as we continue to recover from our losses last year. Look for specific information in next Thursday's Community Connections. And we need a quorum, please attend. Also next Sunday, September 7th, is our back to school fundraiser lunch, and come, and I think we'll hear more about that. If you brought baby photos, please see Murray. If you brought money for next Sunday, see Murray. And join us for a lovely afternoon recital with Lily Popova, Maggie Worsley, and April Fassell on April 5th. After service? I'm sorry, October. Sorry, I'm sorry. October 5th, after service at noon. Our fall fundraising festival is October 18th at 12 in the afternoon. And please, 2 p.m., 2 in the afternoon, right? Yes. Did I say 12? I'm sorry, you guys. I was on a long flight yesterday, and I'm so tired. Please look at your community connections in your inbox every Thursday. They have a lot of information and reports for you. Okay? Start. See, you were worried about you making errors.
No, we're going to say the same thing, so.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Need to move over just a shade if you can. That's perfect.
Welcome, listeners, to our UUA radio station and the local news report. We're coming to you live today from MVUUC in Montclair, California. I'm Rachel Sadow,
and I am co-anchor Catherine Colbert.
Wow, do we have exciting news to report to you today. Catherine, take it away.
As you know, there has been a lot going on lately, and I emphasize a lot. Just when you think that the water has stilled, here comes a wave, and then another one, and another one. MVUUC is being tossed about like a tiny boat on a huge ocean. But it is not a tiny boat. It is a beacon of light and hope in a country that seems to be losing itself. Okay? It is a sanctuary of hope and healing, navigated by a group of fearless leaders and filled with brave and resilient congregants. And it is having a congregational meeting on Sunday, September 7th. Put it on your calendar. Put it on your calendar. It requires all hands on deck or on Zoom because a quorum is necessary so we can vote.
Uh-oh, losing my mind. I'm enjoying it. Thank you for your crucial information. Every vote is needed. Also, on next Sunday, September 7th, is the 7th Love and Laughter Luncheon. It's back to school bingo with prizes. It will immediately follow the congregational meeting, and I'm sure after discussing and voting, you'll be ready for some great grub and lots of bingo and prizes. I hear the menu includes 7 kinds of sandwiches, a collection of chips, magnificent mac and cheese, veggie sticks, root beer, cola, and orange soda floats, and cookies and crispy treats for dessert. Yum. All this can be yours for the delightful donation of $15 for adults, and kids 12 and under eat free. Adults, how about adults, how about a white Russian or a special adult Capri Sun in its attractive pouch with a straw for a small donation of only $5. And 5 games of bingo with prizes for only $5. Please get your reservations in to Murray today to save your seat and come ready to enjoy and eat. Back to you, Ms. Colbert.
Let me get straight to the point. On the afternoon of Sunday, October 5th, a musical experience of divine proportions will fill MVUUC as Lily Popova, April Frizzell, and Maggie Worsley present a concert of sublime and uplifting music. The value of this experience is priceless. However, it is a by-donation event. There'll be fantastic hors d'oeuvres and wine for $5 a glass. This is an opportunity that you will not want to miss. Even the Pope wants to come.
We have breaking news. Fall Fundraising Fest, October 18th at 2 p.m. Now, folks, lean in and hear this important news. Lots of donated homemade crafts and baked goods are needed. And you will fill out this form.
Dun, 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 dun.
Da-da.
You take that? I'm
Yes.
supposed to take these.
Yes. Okay. And donated services and workshops can be submitted on this form. Please return these forms to the back table ASAP, which means as soon as possible. The spectacular live auction will feature unique donations, a selection of baked goods, plus a chance to bid on a 5-night stay at a 5-star hotel. You'll choose from many around the world and U.S. sites. Yes, you heard me correctly. 5 stars on a 5-night stay can be yours. And you're also going to have your bid number, shopping bag, free raffle tickets, light snacks, all for the low price or low fundraising entry fee donation of $20. You don't want to miss this wonderful afternoon of fun, fundraising, and friends. Please return your forms as soon as possible and plan to join us on October 18th at 2 p.m. for this amazing afternoon. That's you.
That's it for now. Signing off. It's
Rachel Sadow
and Catherine Colbert for UUA Radio News. Adios.
Good job. We'd like to also introduce Reverend Maggie Yenoki.
Man, I am not sure I can follow that with anything. But hi, everyone. How great to be together. Welcome to those who are visiting. As we open our service with the ringing of our bells this morning, we dedicate our first words to acknowledge and honor the Tongva and other native peoples on whose ancestral homelands we've gathered today. We offer our healing energies of recognition, reciprocity, and respect. And we direct our aspiration and hope toward a mending of harm caused by colonization. For yesterday, we call to the ancestors of this faith, of this congregation, and of each of our hearts. And on this day, we extend a safe, warm welcome to all those gathered here, in person, online, via the recording, and drum roll, in the choir. Yay, the choir is back. Big ring for that. And for tomorrow, and to all of those who will come. We are here learning and growing as we prepare a place for you here, and we invite you to join us. And all of our people said 3 times, thank you, thank you, thank you.
So wonderful to have the choir back. Thank you. And I'd like to call on Megan Gallagher, Board President, to light the chalice today. Our chalice words are from a poem called As Surely as We Belong to the Universe by Marilyn Kep. As surely as we belong to the universe, we belong together. We join here to transcend the isolated self, to reconnect, to know ourselves to be at home. Here on earth, under the stars, linked with each other.
Thank you, beautiful. Let's stand together and sing our invocation, our anthem, Spirit of Life. First verse in English, second in Spanish, and then we'll recite our covenant together. And our covenant, we read together. We affirm that love is our greatest purpose of this congregation. The search for truth is our constant star, and service is our prayer. We pledge our hearts, minds, and hands to challenge injustice with courage, to make choices for a healthier planet, and to live out our Unitarian Universalist values every day as beloved community. Thus do we covenant with each other and with all that is sacred in life. Please be seated. Now I'd like to introduce our Director of Lifespan Religious Exploration. What a title. No wonder you don't have a name tag. It would go all the way across you. Robert Tidwell.
I do have a name tag. I should probably wear it.
Oh. But it has an acronym on it.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. So today's Time for All Ages is going to be a little different than usual. Normally I read a story and the kids come up, take the chalice, and you sing us to our classes. Today, I'd like the kids to come up with their backpacks. So if you brought your backpack, if you did not bring your backpack, it's fine. You can still come up. See you back there. Perfect. Your purse is just as good. So I got my backpack. Good, perfect. So today we're going to bless your backpack so that you have a good year at school and you learn a whole lot and you make a lot of friends and you have a good time. And we're going to give you a little gift to go in that backpack to represent that blessing. So spirit of life, hope, and love. For many of us, school starts this week, and for some of us, it started a couple weeks ago. But some of us are excited about new beginnings. We are eager to start a new school year or get a new classroom or maybe even move to a new school. Some of us are homeschooled and we have new beginnings too, just not in the same way. A new year means new students, new levels of things that we'll be expected to do. Some of us are excited about these new beginnings. In spirit of life, be with everyone who is looking forward to what lies ahead. Some of us are nervous about what's coming. Some of us are scared. Some of us try hard to be big and brave, and that's not always easy. For some of us, school is a place where we really don't want to be. Spirit of life, be with everyone who is nervous about what lies ahead. May each person's backpack be their friend, reminding that they are unique and special and very okay. May their backpack hold special things to help them remember how strong they are and remind them of the people who believe in them and will love them always. Spirit of life, be with these young people. Help them remember their values and let their lives be guided by the principles of our shared faith. May this new year be for each one filled with fun and adventure and special joys. And may love be with these young people this day and every day. May they always know that here in this fellowship they can find the hands of friends. And that blessing comes from Maureen Killeran. It's called May Each Person's Backpack Be Their Best Friend. And now, got my backpack on. I've got a gift for each of you. So these crayons have messages of kindness on them. So each of you get one. And for the older kids, we have colored pencils, erasable colored pencils. So if you get mistakes, you got the better one. Okay. And now, if someone can grab the chalice here.
I will hold this pot.
Okay, you hold that part, and Anjali. It's okay. Let's go.
Bye, have fun. Over the last, it was about 24 hours ago, maybe a little less, Reverend Dr. Sophia Betancourt, our president at the UUA, sent out a message that I thought would be wonderfully encouraging and appropriate because it's about ingathering and it's really lovely. So just rest a bit while Jaryus gets this going for us, and it's about under 5 minutes long. Please enjoy.
Greetings, beloveds. I'm the Reverend Dr. Sofia Betancourt, and it remains my privilege to serve as president of your Unitarian Universalist Association. As we gather at the beginning of a new congregational year, we know that our shared ministries unfold in challenging and complex times. Yet we also know that our tradition teaches that love's reach is expansive enough to include everyone, that no one is excluded from worth and dignity, and that this love that we put at the center of our faith has the power to overcome the fear that silences and stills us. As my colleague C.B. Beale has said, we must be intentional about moving fear out of the center and replacing it with love over and over again, as often as is necessary. May we continue to do this work of centering love across our faith and in our own communities, and in all that this congregational year may bring. May we lift one another up as we continue to meet this moment together.
Where we are in Unitarian Universalism in this moment is unique. We've named and claimed a set of shared values that define us and that can help us live into a faithful engagement with the values themselves.
Well, I think people aren't looking for answers, right? But they're looking for authentic community, moral grounding, and a vision, right? Rooted in hope and action. So I think right now, our values compel us, all of us, not just us ministers, but lay leaders and congregants alike, to speak uncomfortable truths and to hold space for healing at the same time.
It's more important than ever for our congregations and our buildings to be a sanctuary of radical welcome. We need to be asking, what are your access needs? What do you need to be included here? Because we need each other. We need everyone.
One of the ways we do that, I think, in congregations is creating communities of collective care, doubling down on our efforts to check in on one another. Sometimes that's cards and calls and meals, and sometimes it's much more than that, showing up for our partners in the community and those collective circles of care.
And when you fall in love with our justice movements and the people who power them, I think we find that together we are stronger, we're larger, we're more generous, and more connected.
At a moment when the world is in denial of the sacredness of all life, the democratic process, and of the need to deal with change, that we have to stand firm as UUs and stand on our moral ground, stand on what we believe, and we have to get into the fight, and we have to lead the fight from that place.
I believe that one of our most pressing tasks as Unitarian Universalists is to claim religion loudly, boldly, unapologetically, in public, and join together with other liberal religions to tell a different story of faith from the one that white Christian nationalists are telling. They have spent decades twisting and perverting religion, poisoning people with a theology of scarcity and fear, all for the sake of building political power. It is essential for us to not cede religion to the far right.
In big and small ways, we need to be continually asking ourselves, what is love calling me to do in this moment? What is love calling my congregation to do?
And I really do believe that is our universalist core that says there's no one outside of the circle of love, and we're going to fight for every single one of us, because collective liberation is the vision that flows from the belief that love is at the center.
Access to watching that over and over again if you choose. The URL is in the online order of service that went out this morning, and unless you want to type in all those jiggly figures that are in your order of service. That's an option too. And as one of those justice-seeking congregations that were mentioned, we here at MVUUC have voted and agreed to donate 50% of our gathered offerings that are not earmarked as your pledge with a charity that aligns with our values. And for the months of July and August, we've been sharing our plate with Immigrant Defenders Law Center. Today is the last day that we'll be collecting for this organization that was formed in 2015. But they're now Southern California's largest nonprofit deportation defense organization. And they offer free legal services to immigrants that are facing deportation. And with today being that last day of August, this offering is the last week, again, that we will share our plate with this organization. So it is our great honor to support their efforts, and when it seems there are so few ways that we can actually make a difference. So I thank you for participating with your generous support, because it is with all of our combined interdependent expressions of love that our financial gifts and our non-perishable donations to the Foothill Family Center will now be enthusiastically brought forward and gratefully received. Thank you. That was so beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Our joys and our concerns and our sorrows and our shine and our shadow and all of that is always swirling together. And with some of the events that come into life for us, there are both joy and concern swirled together. A lot of serious things this week. And I got 4 in the basket, so that's a sign that there's a lot going on. One that I would like to do first, and I've asked Catherine to come. We're going to light a second chalice today because today marks International Overdose Awareness Day. And I have someone in my life, my cousin's daughter, who is an RN, beautiful. I'd love to show you her picture. I didn't give it to Jaryus to put up, but she was working as an RN in the Orlando area when the shooting happened there, and died soon after from an overdose. So I post on my Facebook and I ask you to join me, and for all of the people that you might know, if it's a neighbor, a relative, someone you knew in high school who has overdosed. Thanks, Catherine. Another sad thing that happened, I was texting this morning with Jimmy. Notice he's not here today because last evening or sometime in the last few hours, the van that transports him, that's owned by the home where he lives, was parked in the driveway, minding its own business. And someone came along and crashed into it and totaled it. So if you've been to the home, you know it's a very residential street. It surprises me that this happened. And I just, we hold everybody that's harmed by this, but special for Jimmy because he's very frustrated. It really clips his wings in ways that he's not going to take easily. So, yeah, and even for the driver, we don't know what it was that caused them to do that. So we don't judge that. It's sad all around. Let me put a joy in there. Here's a big one. Our Reverend Ellen turned 92 on the 28th. She had her birthday. Do you want to sing? Yeah. We've got the choir here. Let's sing. Happy birthday to you. just any church. Keep coming to this church. Yeah, okay. That's beautiful. And if those on Zoom didn't hear Ellen's voice, she didn't have a microphone. She said, the secret to long life is keep breathing and come to church. So that's sweet. Thanks, Ellen. This is a joy from Megan. She was able to spend time with a lifelong friend. Please send her prayers. See, this is the swirling that I talked about. Send her prayers as she navigates pancreatic cancer. Yeah. And prayers are requested also for our dear friend Joe Mulroy, Laura's dad. He is back in the emergency room. Yeah. This is a hard one too. This past Wednesday, a shooting occurred at Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis near the start of a special mass to celebrate the first week of classes. Authorities say that 10-year-old Harper Moisky and Fletcher Merkel, 8, were killed. 18 others were injured, 15 of whom were children. And the last one I have here is from Murray, a little epistle. Thanks, Murray. Lynn Maria and I spent an adventure-filled week on Catalina Island. We had a great time until after touring the Avalon Casino and Ballroom and discovering that they offer roller skating in the ballroom, Lynn Maria gave it a go. Unfortunately, gravity weighed in on the matter, and she fell, breaking her right wrist in several places. She's on Zoom, so let's say, oh, Lynn Maria. Yeah. Let me find my place here. Oh, at this point, no surgery is expected to be required. That's great. When considering how much worse it could have been, she feels like she got a good break. Oh, Murray. She promises to stay out of roller skates in the future. I don't know. Did you go back to pickleball? Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So we've laughed and cried. Yeah. So let's have some prayer. These are the words of Elizabeth Lesser, author, teacher at Omega Institute. And we'll follow this with a short time of shared silence, and Lily will play us out of our quiet time. And we'll sing our gentle song while seated. May you listen to the voice within the beating of your heart, even when you're tired. And when you feel yourself breaking down, may you break open instead. May every experience in life be a door that opens in your heart and expands your understanding and leads you to freedom. If you're weary, may you be aroused by passion and purpose. If you're blameful and bitter, may you be sweetened by hope and humor. If you're frightened, may you be emboldened by a consciousness far wiser than your fear. And if you're lonely, may you find love. May you find friendship. If you're lost, may you understand that we are all lost, and still we're guided by strange angels and sleeping giants, by our better and kinder nature, and by the vibrant voice within that beat. So may you follow that voice, for this is the way, the hero's journey, the life worth living, and the reason we're here.
Good morning. We have a reading this morning, and I believe we'll have the words for you. Yes, I will read the words in regular text, and if you will read the italicized words, I think we'll have a go at this. Oh, they're bolded. Very good. Thank you. This is called The Winds of Summer. You and I, and all of us, blew about with the winds of summer. Finding rest in the cool stillness of shadows, and moving to the slow, heat-struck rhythms which turn the long hours of summer light.
Now it is time for gathering in. We come together at this time, and in this place, on the bridge of autumn.
Summer is fading backward into memory, and winter waits in snowy brilliance.
We meet with eagerness and delight, needing one another for sharing.
We have joys and sorrows and hopes to share, questions, things we care about and want to help make better.
Things that we would like to understand, ideas waiting to be heard.
Today, we are together in gladness. Once more, the special community that we call our church.
A community of all ages that sings its songs, tells its thoughts, asks its questions, and searches together with courage and love.
Beautiful. You're a tough act to follow. We're kicking it up a notch today. In her book, Belonging, Remembering Ourselves Home, author Popova Turner has written, "To belong to a place is to be embedded in it. Its struggles are your contentions. Its harvests, your wealth. Its needs, your purpose. Your place's history is the story of your own becoming." And reflecting on how deeply this congregation is rooted within our and my own becoming, I see how meaningful it is for me to say, this is my place. These are my people. From the time of my internship that began exactly 7 years ago, almost to the day, my heart has been embedded here. And it always will be, long after the days just ahead that call and draw me into my old age. Our time of ingathering today is a heartening reminder of the ways our community grounds us in these seasons that would otherwise be much more difficult to navigate. Ingathering is our time to celebrate the final weeks of summer, to cover our children and our teachers with blessings for their new year just opening, and also our ingathering is our time to curl inward just a bit and open up the spaces in our hearts that we've been too busy to tend to over the summer. Ingathering invites us to enter a different space, a space to pause and to reflect and to stand in awe and honor for each I wish I could talk backwards. Rewind. Ingathering invites us to enter a different space, a space to pause and to reflect. and to stand in awe and in honor of who we each are, and of this beautiful, quirky, compassionate gang of unlikely UU kin that we choose to share our lives with and build a home with, and we plan to stick with. And gathering gives us time to stop everything and look around at all there is to dust off and polish up and to tend to. And maybe we can see all that we have here and treasure here with fresh eyes. Eyes that know how fortunate we are, not only for where we've been or what we've been going through, but for where we're going. Eyes that can clearly see that we want others to be able to have this faith in their lives too. And we find our belonging afresh, and we want everyone to be as fortunate as we are. And gathering is a good time to enter into that space of home while we stay informed and aware of the swirl of difficult events in our world. We take this day to catch our breath, to offer gratitude for that feeling of coming up on the porch and smelling cookies baking and finding that kitchen door wide open to you. Dropping our heavy baggage so we can sit just long enough to feel deep in our bones that belonging that we search for, and our hearts say, come in, rest. Remember, work with us to make a difference in the world. And be sure to tell others where to come for some of the same. Several years ago, I swirled the words of UU ministers Rachel Rott and Amanda Popova with my own, and wrote a new poem of welcome for those needing shelter and belonging. It's a prayer for our ingathering today. Welcome. Welcome all of you with questions, you seekers of truth with a capital T, pilgrims longing for sanctuary, travelers needing harbor from the storm. Welcome all who are holding on by a thread. You who pushed through your fear because something told you that you deserve to belong. Well, we're glad you're here. Welcome. Welcome you who seek community for your children. You entrust your precious ones here, and we commit to nurture and respect them. Welcome, children. You give us your joy, your curiosity, and your trust. And so we say welcome to this home that love made. You belong here. MVUUC is full of the love that the founders felt when these ancestors of our congregation planned out these walls and raised the beams above us. This sanctuary is full of the prayers and the wonder of all who have ever worshiped here, those who have celebrated here and grieved here, babies dedicated, couples married, and family members mourned. This is the home that love made. It's full of the energies of those young adults who have ever learned and laughed together in these rooms as they grew into their own sense of purpose and meaning. It's full of the love of the staff who have served it, full of their hopes for this congregation and their hard work and their acts of dedication. It's full of the love of our choir and our Lily, of the love made so clear in all of our voices lifted in song every Sunday morning. This home is full of love, the love that tells us we belong here. The belonging of this community is a message of love that we are charged with tending to. It's our task to hone and polish and keep it dusted off and offer it freely to every being that crosses our threshold. We're a community that knows that it is that very love that holds us together as a people. No matter how difficult and tender our seasons become, and I have a fear it'll get worse. but we know we have something here that the world needs. May we always be finding new ways to strengthen it and to share it. May we long to say, welcome home. Here's where our sense of belonging is rooted, and belonging feels cozy. We have a sense of it in familiar places or in our favorite locations. Perhaps when we visit a school we attended, or walking by the ocean, maybe warming our bones near a campfire. But the definition of belonging I invite you to unfold with me today is more essential, more rational, and more communal. Belonging describes our sense that we fit in right where we are. It's a knowing that we are welcomed, seen, and accepted as a member of a group. We're right where we're supposed to be, and we feel nourished. Life has increased our sense of meaning, dedication, and purpose. Belonging satisfies an organic and inherent desire to fit in and to sense home and to contribute as an important part of something greater than ourselves. Not only does our sense of belonging improve the well-being of our own spirit, our contributions to our collective community are more vital when we're bringing our gifts with the confidence that they're welcomed and wanted. The feeding and the care of our sense of belonging is as important to our spirits as the nutrition and exercise we give to our bodies. Just as we tend to our bodies and our minds, the belonging of our hearts needs tending too. Keeping up our spiritual practice, taking extra good care of our artistic, curious selves is essential to our well-being and our sense of belonging in these tender times. In this new season might be a good time to sign up for an online class or learn to knit, or be more committed to the health of your body, spending more time in the places where you sense nature, or joining the choir. Because the healthier we keep ourselves and the more we feed and tend to our own sense of belonging, the more likely we are to naturally extend that sense of belonging to others. When we carry a healthy sense of our belonging, the more likely it will be that when others find their belonging in the gifts that your spirit will bring to them. And belonging requires that tending. It's not a one-time gift that fortune awards, like the tooth fairy bestows in the dark of night. No, belonging won't ask for your teeth, yet it requires our reciprocal action in order to thrive. Belonging is a golden nugget that we long for, and we know right away when we've received it. And we open to it, we hold it close to our hearts. We treasure the places and the people that offer us belonging, and we tend to them with dedication, appreciation, and reciprocity. We sense our interdependence with the sources of our belonging that nourish our lives, and we feel compelled to contribute to the well-being of all of our relationships. Belonging is a spiritual sense of awareness that we are loved as we are and invited to keep becoming. And what a treasure to receive as we celebrate in gathering together in this, our spiritual home, our place where we belong, our place of belonging. May it be so. Blessed be and amen. There's a song we often sing as Unitarian Universalists that tells us we belong, because we don't need the words to sing it. It comes right from here, and it's beautiful. We sang it at Vasu's memorial last weekend, and I invite you to stand and sing out from your heart, Blue Boat Home. Let's bless one another as we share in our unison benediction. As we close our time together,
and extinguish our chalice flame, and invite its light to shine through us, to illuminate the way on the path we cannot yet see. May we serve as a light in this world
that we care so much about. Let's be seated and enjoy the postlude Lily has for us. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. And our closing words come from Sophie this morning. She reminds us there is no one outside the circle of love. We heard that in the message from the UUA. Let's remember that. So as we go about our way in the week ahead, let's also make certain that others know that too. Blessings.